Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to a long-winded chain that started off with Ozzy Years Black Sabbath, went into the Dio Years Sabbath, and now we are into Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, which has Dio on the vocals. One more to go because it's going to be a Dio triple shot. A Black Sabbath triple shot that changes into a Dio triple shot at the end. That was a wonderful thing, I think. So, did the Black Sabbath triple shot part. We're now halfway through the Dio triple shot. We're looking at some Rainbow. I like Rainbow. But Rainbow can be hit and miss depending on what you are into and what era of Rainbow you look at. Now, the Dio Era of Rainbow. You can tell it's the Dio Era of Rainbow. Great album. The first half is definitely more than the first half. 9 tracks on the album. First 6, pretty heavy duty and standards almost for as far as Rainbow goes. Last 3, not as much, but we'll get into that as we go. We're going to kick off with what I would probably argue is the most famous Rainbow song and one of the great Dio mainstays after Rainbow, and that would be Man on the Silver Mountain. Absolutely love this song. Now, I will say right away, my only real complaint about this album is this is the original production CD copy version, so it's not as boom as one might hope it would be. It's a little kind of, it's got that digital dead sound to it almost, you know. I would like to get my hands on a digital remaster. Until then, I'm stuck with this one. So, hopefully, when I get my hands on a digital remaster, I don't know if they've done one or not yet, but if I get my hands on one, hopefully it sounds a lot more jacked up and ready to kind of scream to the heavens. Man on the Silver Mountain, though, I've even tried is the key word, to karaoke this song. I cannot do Dio. No one can do Dio. Well, some people can do Dio, but very limited can do Dio. I really dig this song. I will always dig this song. It's one of those songs where it comes on, you hear that. You can't help but like crank it up. After that, we go on to Self-Portrait. Okay, so Self-Portrait, I know I said the first 6 songs are where the core stuff is. Self-Portrait isn't a bad tune. Follows up Man on the Silver Mountain nicely. It's a quick song. You kind of get through it quickly. It's kind of your standard rock thoroughfare kind of song. Good tune. Not anything majorly important. Then we get into a cover, and honestly, it's really funny because the first time I've ever heard this song was Nazareth, and that is Black Sheep of the Family. And Nazareth did a cover too by a band, the original band was Quartermass. I don't think I've ever heard the original version. I dig this version, and my only comparison to this version is, like I said, a Nazareth version. Both are really cool, both are really good, I enjoy them. If I were to compare the two, I like the vocals on the Nazareth version a little bit better because they're just dirtier. It sounds cooler, you know. Dio sounds great on it, and Rainbow in general just sounds fantastic doing it. It's a great cover. My complaint is it's a little too rock. Hoping for a little more jack up proto-metal, you know, that heavy-ass stuff that you want to hear from Deep Purple. It's a little more rock instead than I would like. Then we get into Catch the Rainbow. Catch the Rainbow is one of those standard Dio kind of songs. I believe he was still doing it solo later on. Good tune. Really, really dig it. Really get into it. My only problem with Catch the Rainbow is it's too slow for me. I like a good, methodical, long song, but Catch the Rainbow, there's another one on this album already, and between the two of them, I think I'd rather go with the second one, which I'll get into in a little bit. But Catch the Rainbow is a good, nice, kind of slow song. You really just kind of chill out to it, and I like it for that reason. Not one of the first songs I go to, though, for Dio. After that, we get into Snake Charmer. Snake Charmer is actually really cool. Now, I should mention, for vinyl purposes, Man on the Silver Mountain, Self-Portrait, Black Sheep of the Family, and Catch the Rainbow make side 1. So only 4 tracks on side 1, 5 tracks side 2. And side 2 starts off with Snake Charmer. Good way to start off side 2, nice and strong. Once again, a little more rock than metal, but the type of rock that this is, I really dig it. It's a lot heavier kind of rock. More kind of Zeppelin-y, less Deep Purple-y. Best way I know to put it. After that, we get into Temple of the King. Now, this was the one I was referring to earlier when I was talking about there was another slower song on there. Between Catch the Rainbow or Temple of the King, I personally prefer Temple of the King. They're both slower songs. Temple of the King sometimes feels a little too slow for me. Like, Catch the Rainbow clocks in at 6 minutes, 27 seconds. Temple of the King clocks in at 4 minutes, 45 seconds. They both feel the exact same length to me. And I enjoy Temple of the King for that reason. Like, sometimes when a song feels like it's longer than it should be, that's a bad thing. But with Temple of the King, because of the way everything's long and drawn out in it, I really kind of dig it. I really kind of get into it. But on this entire album, they are honestly, to me, the 2 slowest and most boring songs on the album. Everything else is a nice upbeat kind of vibe. Those 2 really kind of slow the album down for me. Catch the Rainbow closing out the first half of the album. I don't know if it's what my choice would have been, but it's alright, it works. Temple of the King, it makes sense where it's kind of just snuck in there where it is, because everything else after that's kind of pretty heavy or upflowing, or it's got a good beat to it. After that, you go into If You Don't Like Rock and Roll, which is just a fun song. It's a good rock song. The title says it all. It's not a song that I think you'll ever really hear on the radio. I don't think, you'll ever hear it mentioned in a Dio selection or in a Rainbow selection. It's a good song. It's an album filler to me, really. The last 2 tracks really confused the hell out of me, alright? When I listened to this album the first couple times. And I had to go and I had to do a little investigating on this one. And the reason why is the last 2 tracks are 16th Century Greensleeves and then Still I'm Sad. Now, when I was listening to the album, 16th Century Greensleeves sounded a little more... Now, I did not realize the Yardbirds did Still I'm Sad and that it was a cover of that. So what threw me off is listening to the album is the last track. I know the Yardbirds version does have lyrics for it. I've honestly never listened to the Yardbirds version, or I don't recall listening to the Yardbirds version. Every time I've listened to Still I'm Sad on here, I don't think I've ever noticed the lyrics sung, or said, or spoken, or anything like that. I've only ever heard music. And the music to me kind of actually sounds a little bit reminiscent. I can hear little faint notions in there of the standard Greensleeves. So I kept for the longest time getting confused over the 2 of them, and I was thinking that they misprinted the album and Still I'm Sad was actually 16th Century Greensleeves and vice versa. After researching it, I went, wow, okay, I totally had that one wrong. But both songs are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 16th Century Greensleeves is actually really cool. I really dig it, really get into it. Still I'm Sad is this great, what I deem, instrumental closer to the album. According to Wikipedia, which, you know, you can only go by so much what's on there, both songs have ended up being used live after this was done. And that's cool. Most of these songs are kind of pretty standard affair, really. And I personally would recommend this album. If you're looking for that sound that sounds like true 70s rock and metal, both mixed together, this is a great album to get. I don't want to say that it's a must-have album. It's definitely, if you like Dio, it's a must-have album. If you are into Ritchie Blackmore, which is why I keep going back to Deep Purple, it's a must-have album. If you like Ritchie Blackmore and Dio together, it's a must-have album. If you're into learning the history of metal, or, you know, if you're into, you know, truly getting into some good, solid 70s rock, sure. If you are someone that is just getting in and exploring that genre of music, nah, go to Deep Purple first, or go to Black Sabbath, or go to Zeppelin. Don't start with Rainbow. Rainbow is one of those bands you kind of get in later, and I do actually have multiple Rainbow albums I'll be covering, which also cover different eras with different vocalists, which is cool. And that is one of the things I love about Rainbow, is the constant changes. I think Ritchie Blackmore was really smart that way, to keep it as a supergroup, run it with different members throughout the years. You get different sounds, different songs. And he could never quite find exactly what he was looking for, and I think that's why there is a good variety of both proto-metal and straight-out rock on this album. Anyways, that's my views. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what your views and thoughts are. That's what the comment section is for. Otherwise, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That helps out both me and you. If you hit the share button, that would be awesome. There's a Patreon link before. If you could click on that, that'd be cool too. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.